Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Inside the Cage. Jeremy Johnson here, and we are talking Shamrock FC 321 that goes down this Saturday night at Ameristar Casino in Kansas City, Missouri. Tickets are still available. Get those by going to Shamrock FC store. Or remember that now you can watch us on Fight TV, and that is FITE.TV for our pay-per-view. No more subscriptions needed. Just check us out on Fight.tv. That's on Roku, on Apple TV, and all smart TVs, as well as in the App Store and Google Play Store. So tonight we are going to be breaking down Shamrock FC 321 and all of the things that are going to go down with it. But let's talk a bit about the last show, and that was Shamrock FC 320. We had a huge card that was just stacked from top to bottom. Two of the big ones, though, was our co-main and main event. Main event that night saw Ariane Zekti taking on Horacio Escobar. Beautiful fight for the return of Ariane Zekti, able to get the win there in a very close split decision. Ariane was rocked in the first round of that fight with a big shot from Horacio. He went back to his wrestling, took care of business for the next 2 rounds, and got the big win there at the end of it. But the big one of that night was the co-main event, and that was Shah Zulfikari taking on Daryl Cobb. This was a big fight, and it has went viral throughout the internet now. You can see this knockout. It's been on MSN. It's been on MMA videos. It has been around over 1 million views already on this fight. So a big one for Shah Zulfikari. He was down 2 rounds to none going into the 3rd and final round. Daryl Cobb did a beautiful job of neutralizing the heavy hands and the kicking power of Zulfikari. But Zulfikari, being the consummate professional that he is, sets up a beautiful spinning back kick that sends Daryl Cobb to the mat and done and out. A beautiful night of fights there for Shamrock FC 320. It's going to be a great one, though, for Shamrock FC 321, and we're going to talk about it coming up right after this.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time.
What I like about this fight is there's a lot at stake. You got a belt that's on the line that means something.
Quick touch of the gloves.
Oh, nice right hand.
Drops him. That's the tap right there. Oh, that one hurt me looking at it. Big win there.
Wow.
Oh!
That was an exclamation point.
Both of these guys left it all in the cage.
A huge comeback.
And it's all over.
Back inside the cage with Jeremy Johnson for Shamrock FC 321. Be sure to join us for our weigh-ins, and those go down this Friday night at Ameristar Casino in Kansas City, Missouri. Our weigh-ins are huge, ladies and gentlemen. It's one of those that you have to see it. It's part of Fight Week. It's a lot of fun for everybody, and it is free, all ages, and open to the public. We will start at 5:30. You can also watch it on Facebook at 6 p.m. as we broadcast them live all over. We get huge numbers for our weigh-ins, so again, please come and join us. Another big thing now is that we have some behind the scenes on our social media for every fight that we do, and you can find those on Twitter and Instagram. Our handle is Shamrock_FC. You can see from the ring girl's point of view, you can see things in the cage. You'll get instantaneous results. You'll see some of the highlight reel knockout videos almost instantaneously on our social media, and that is Instagram and Twitter at Shamrock_FC. Go follow us. All right, coming up next, we are going to be talking about the prelims for Shamrock FC 321, and we'll be right back right after this.
One of the top mixed martial arts companies in the world is based right here in St. Louis, Missouri.
A quick touch of the gloves. Oh, again!
Oh, big shot.
It's Shamrock Fighting Championships. It's not just a night of fights. It's a heart-pounding, fan-friendly, unforgettable experience. It's Shamrock Fighting Championships.
Back inside the cage with Jeremy Johnson here, and we are talking the prelims. Now, I really want to highlight 2 fights here on the prelim card, And these are because they are in the Shamrock FC women's division. The women's division here at Shamrock Fighting Championships has grown a ton over the last year, and we are very excited to have this. We have one MMA and one kickboxing bout that we are really looking forward to. The first one is a kickboxing rematch from our last outing, and that is Amethyst DePeter taking on Felicia Phillips. Now, Felicia Phillips took this fight on short notice last time. This was an all-out war against Amethyst DePeter, who trains at Arnold BJJ alongside Bellator vet Dakota Zimmerman. Now, Phillips said, on my 2 weeks notice, I didn't get proper time to train. She wanted to roll this fight back, and now they are going to do it here at Shamrock FC 321. It was a split decision loss the last time, so we're going to see how this one plays out. Both of these ladies came out and just threw big punches and kicks, and I'm super excited for this one now. The other one that we are looking forward to is an MMA fight to close out the prelim card, and that will be Caitlin Radke taking on Angelica Surlis. Angelica Surlis is looking for her first win inside the cage, coming off a loss to Laney Nations in her last outing. She comes to us by way of Columbia, Missouri. Caitlin Radke is fighting a 2-fight win streak here into the Shamrock FC cage, wants to keep that alive. Caitlin Radke is very good on the ground. She's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu purple belt, and she also trains alongside her husband, Nick Radke. So they have a great training camp together for that one. She told me that she is absolutely ready for this fight, but Angelica Surlis is very hungry for that win. This will be a fun one to close out the prelims. All right, coming up next, we'll get into the main card for Shamrock FC 321, and we'll be right back right after this.
What's inside you is what fuels you.
It's about why you want to make a change and be your best that drives you.
It's your determination, your willpower,
Your basic belief
That you
can do it.
There's more to it than just going to the gym or just having the goal. With a fully certified staff, the highest quality nutrition products, and the lowest prices in the country, we're here to educate you, help you, and fuel what's inside you. Supplement Superstores. Dominate your life.
Let's get into the main card for Shamrock FC 321, and to kick off the night, we have Nick Fulkin taking on Derek Holly. Now, Nick Fulkin in his last outing is coming off a 25-second KO of Kevin Easterwood at Shamrock FC 319. This won him KO of the night that night, but Derek Holly, no slouch himself, went on a tear against Sean Scott. Those two were in an absolute war in his last outing, and that fight ended up a draw. So it's a tough fight here for Derek Holly taking on Nick Fulkin. I'm looking forward to this one. This is a big one to kick off the main card. Then we move on to Theo Brown taking on Caleb Collins. Theo Brown, as tough as they come, making his professional debut with Shamrock FC. He's very excited to be here and do it on the big screen with Fight TV. Again, you can watch those live at fight.tv, but he'll be taking on Caleb Collins. Now, Caleb Collins is still looking for his first win as a pro, and that makes him hungry and makes him dangerous coming into this fight. A big one there for those guys. Moving up to a kickboxing bout, and this one has Fight of the Night written all over it, and that is Brad Reagan taking on Colin Parr. Colin Parr, coming out of Kyle Watson's mixed martial art, is one of the toughest guys. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu purple belt, but this one's all about the stand-up with the kickboxing, and he is no slouch there either. But Brad Reagan is coming off a win over Brandon Briel at Shamrock FC 317. A huge fight again. This one, to me, has the potential for Fight of the Night. I'm glad I'm not calling these. It's going to be a great one. So our co-main event this evening will feature Thomas Thatcher taking on Joe Perry. The cool thing about this fight is both of these guys have not been in the cage for quite some time. So we're going to see how cage rust plays into effect for this. These guys are absolute warriors. They took some time off, let some injuries heal, both of them, and now they are back in the cage and they are ready to go to bring it. Thomas Thatcher coming out of Lawrence Fight Club. Joe Perry, he beat Cody Coleman in his last outing, but he has not been in the cage since 2014. This is a big one. So let's take a look at this fight. We've got a great video of it.
Of all the drugs, fighting is by far one of the most addictive. It is extremely, the rush, the glory, being in the cage, the win, the defeat, there's just, as far as, it's a roller coaster. And it's fun as fuck. Oh my God. Gonna be a lot of dense alpha male coming at this motherfucker. I want to walk forward and hopefully put a hurt on him fast and set a pace.
This time you might see me flip the switch a little quicker. I'm always looking for individuals whereas we can snipe it out in the ring. You know what I mean? I was bred for this. I'm about to put on one hell of a show for y'all.
Both of these guys in our co-main event are very unique, and that should make for a heck of a fight. But coming up then in our main event this evening, it will be Grant Hartwig. He'll be taking on Dylan Tolbert. So let's take a look at our video for the main event.
Meeting in the center of the cage at Shamrock FC 321, it's Dylan Tolbert versus Grant Hartwig. Dylan Tolbert is a gamer. He's never been to a decision in his entire career. He's a kill or be killed type of fighter. Grant Hartwig is coming into this contest with the same mentality and riding a 2-fight win streak with 2 first-round finishes. Hartwig looks to do the same thing to Dylan Tolbert. Live from Ameristar Casino in Kansas City, Missouri, it's Tolbert versus Hartwig.
Definitely a fun main event. Grant Hartwig took almost 10 years off and then came back at Shamrock FC 310 and KO'd Sergio Robles in that fight. But Dylan Tolbert is no slouch himself. Although he is coming off a loss to Jacob Thrall in his last outing, he does have TKO victories over Dan.
From the heart of the Midwest in Kansas City, Missouri, we are live at Ameristar Casino for Shamrock Fighting Championships, where tonight we have some of the Midwest brightest stars looking to make a name for themselves on the rise as we bring you Shamrock FC 321. Good evening, I am Jeremy Johnson, and tonight, along with my partner, UFC veteran Adam Sella. Adam, this fight tonight harkens back to the old Strikeforce Challengers days, where guys wanted to make a name for themselves in the fight business. Tonight, that's what they're here to do.
Yeah, Jeremy, these guys are coming out to make a name for themselves. A lot of prospects in the area. They're here to show their skills and see what they can do.
That's right, tonight's main event, it will feature Grant Hartwig. He will be taking on Dylan Tolbert.
Dylan Tolbert coming out. He's won his last 2 out of 3 fights. He's looking to keep that going and keep the momentum on his side.
Now, Grant Hartwig is riding a 2-fight win streak into this contest. He's 45 years old, but told me age is just a number and it doesn't mean anything tonight. Then in our co-main event, it's Joe Perry. He will be taking on Thomas Thatcher.
Jeremy, last time Thatcher was here, he came off a first-round TKO finish in the Shamrock cage. He wants to keep that streak going and make Shamrock his home.
Now, Joe Perry has not been in the cage for quite some time, but he says, I was in the gym, and cage rust is not going to be a factor, so we're going to see how that plays out tonight. It's Shamrock FC 321. Let me send it up to the cage to Stephen Baer to kick us off.
I said Kansas City! wants to see a knockout tonight? Let me hear a KO. For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, this is Shamrock FC 321, and tonight somebody's going down. Let's bring him out, Ray Martinez.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Shamrock FC 321. Jeremy Johnson tonight alongside my partner, UFC vet Adam Sella. Adam, a big night of fights tonight. Like we said, this kind of harkens back to the old Strikeforce Challengers days. Back in those days, that's where we would see guys like Tyron Woodley come up. Ronda Rousey came through those. Tonight, we're doing the same thing with Shamrock here and bringing in some of the new guys who are looking to make a name for themselves.
Yeah, Jeremy, what I like about these kind of events is you see the young talent that's coming up. You see that new breed of athlete. They train not just one discipline anymore. You're seeing the new breed of an MMA athlete here.
Let's bring out his opponent tonight, Lance Lee!
Making his Shamrock FC debut, it is Lance Lee. Now, he comes to us by way of Blue Collar Combat. Although he is a veteran of over 30 fights in his career, he said that tonight, I am so excited to be finally stepping on the big stage at Shamrock FC. So they call him the Southpaw Outlaw. How big is it for your training when you have an orthodox against a southpaw?
Jeremy, it's going to come down to what his training partners are like and what his camp was like. If you know how, if you've been drilling and know that you're fighting a southpaw, you should have the right skills and the right footwork to counteract that southpaw aspect.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, fighting out of the blue corner this evening. He stands 6 feet tall, weighs in at 200 pounds, fighting out of Royce City, Texas. Please welcome Ray Martinez. His opponent tonight, fighting from across the cage out of the red corner this evening. He stands 6 feet tall. He weighs in at 200 pounds, fighting out of Nixa, Missouri. Give it up for Lance Lee.
Referee Nick Nolte has the call for this fight. Ray Martinez in the blue tape, Lance Lee in the red.
I'm excited, Jeremy. These are some big boys starting to show off.
The big boys are always fun to watch. The light heavyweight division here at Shamrock FC, we're really looking to build it. Let's see how these two guys play out.
Wow.
Martinez just comes sprinting
yeah,
over.
I actually expected something kind of in the air right there.
Martinez trying to drag him down here, being heavy on the cage. Got that over-under position.
Big, whoa, big left
big
hand
shot
coming.
there out of Lance Lee. Martinez eating some heavy punches to the face to start.
Seems like he's okay now. He kind of recovering now, putting him on the cage.
Some of those guys need a big shot like that to wake them up. Martinez now working the body of Lee.
Yeah, digging that body. What I like to do here, Jeremy, is be heavy on the cage. You just rocked him with a punch. Your adrenaline's going. You don't want that dump, so you're going to lose your momentum. Big lefts coming.
Both of these guys are just absolutely swinging for the fences here. Martinez
with a big right hand. This is what we talked about, Jeremy. A lot of these young guys coming in trying to make a point. Big
head kick! Set him down!
Night, Jeremy. Wow.
Oh, my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. The big man, Lance Lee.
Wow.
Huge head kick to finish.
What a way to start the show.
What a way. Thank you for joining us on Facebook here. Don't forget to jump over live to fight.tv. That is FITE.tv. Lance Lee making a statement here in the light heavyweight division.
Absolutely.
That's something you don't see. A shorter light heavyweight who's able to get the head kick in like that.
No, I'm not going to lie. I did not expect that.
Not in the least.
Good for him.
Beautiful shot.
I am fairly certain he'll be back.
Let's send this one up to the cage to Stephen Bayer to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout has ended 1 minute and 10 seconds of round number 1. Your winner by TKO out of the red corner this evening. Give it up for Lance Lee!
A huge win for Lance Lee, who took this fight on very short notice. That's what being in the gym and being ready when you're one of the newcomers coming in like that, it's beautiful to see because you do get the wins like this.
Absolutely, and you know, Martinez came out strong and he looked like he was jumping in the air at something, and Lee stayed calm and clearly got a nice win.
Beautiful fight, but we still have more to come, and we'll be right back right here at Shamrock Fighting Championships. Back at it here at Shamrock Fighting Championships is coming up next. It is Hunter Vaughn taking on Justin Ruger.
Let's bring out our next bout of the evening, Justin Ruger.
Coming to the cage by way of Topeka, Kansas, and making his mixed martial arts debut, it is Justin Ruger. Now, he told me in this fight that he switched training camps. Adam, whenever you're working with multiple camps, I know you train at different places throughout the country, from Syndicate out in Vegas, here in Kansas City with Glory and all of those guys. What is it like to see multiple camps?
The thing I like about changing up camps a little bit is you get different looks. You never really know. You can watch video on your opponent, but they may change something that you didn't see. But then you may go back to one of your new training partners that has done that exact same thing, and you're, okay, I'm ready for it. So sometimes, like we talked about that last fight, you got the southpaw issue. What if they start switching back to orthodox, and you know, maybe you had someone that did that.
A big crowd favorite here. It's Hunter Vaughn coming by way of Kansas City, Missouri. He trains at the Caveman Crew alongside Bellator veteran Rudy Bears. Now, this former Golden Glove boxer told me that this fight is all about keeping it standing. As we go to our Supplement Superstore's tail of the tape, Hunter Vaughn, 23 years old, 5'10", 159.6 pounds. Justin Ruger, 24 years old, 6'1", 164.4 pounds.
Blue corner this evening. He stands 6 feet 1 inches tall. He weighs in at 164.4 pounds. Fighting out of Topeka, Kansas. Please give it up for Justin Ruger. His opponent tonight, fighting from across the cage out of the red corner this evening. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighs in at 159.6 pounds. Fighting out of Kansas City, Missouri. Give it up for Hunter Vaughn.
Referee Nick Nolte has the call for this fight. Hunter Vaughn in the red tape, Justin Ruger in the blue.
I'm excited to see what Hunter's going to do. He's clearly a decorated amateur boxer. Let's see what he's going to do.
Both of these guys making their mixed martial arts debut. Ruger leads with the leg kick, looking at an early jab here.
Ruger's very long, that lead leg kick, trying to keep that distance. Nice counter by Vaughn with a little leg kick of his own. Oh, slipped when he fell, or when he kicked.
Vaughn does not have that traditional boxing stance, though.
Ooh, nice quick left right there.
Way to play the angle game.
Nice jab of his own right there.
So, Adam, I know you've been working on the boxing lately. What is the differences that you see in the footwork that comes from MMA to boxing?
So the big difference, it really is just footwork.
Big left and right.
Nice action right here. Hard to talk about myself when we got this going on. But Jeremy, what I was saying is this: the footwork. I mean, the punches are all the same. You got a jab, cross, nice left hook right there. You got a jab, cross, left hook, uppercut. Really, the only difference is what you throw, how you throw them, what angles you throw them. The footwork is the biggest difference that my coach Jose Ponce back home has been helping me with, and it seems to be our biggest obstacle.
Nice low kick there out of Ruger. Ruger has a big cut on the right side of his face now.
I think that was that nice left hook.
Vaughn, though, very calm. Big overhand right.
Ruger got a nice jab there. He knows how to stay long. Quick right hand there by Vaughn. Big left hook. Ruger shakes it off, which usually means that got me. Nice
leg kick there. Now, Vaughn is doing a great job here of cutting off the cage, though, on Ruger.
Absolutely. What he's trying to do is he's trying to step in and find an opening for some of these punches. Nice left hook right there. Nice right hook. It was a bit of a quick stoppage, but he stepped in. He was falling face first, and I think Vaughn woke him back up.
Big one there. Referee Nick Nolte had seen enough. Of course, it's always about fighter protection. If we can get that one in an instant replay.
Definitely fighter safety is first and foremost. But, you know, he caught him, and you'll see right here, he started to go down. He looked like he was going to go face first, and he woke him up with another left hook. So I think, you know, at the end of the day, it's the best call that was made.
Definitely keeping the fighters safe there. A huge win for Hunter Vaughn. As I said, big crowd numbers here with him. Let's send this one up to the cage to Stephen Bayer to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout has ended. 1 minute and 54 seconds of the first round. Your winner by TKO out of the red corner this evening, Hunter Vaughn!
A huge win for Hunter Vaughn in his mixed martial arts debut. Again, thank you very much for joining us on Facebook. Be sure to jump over to fight.tv, that is FITE.tv, to see all of the action coming up. And we will be right back from Kansas City, Missouri, here at Shamrock Fighting Championships.
Kansas City, Olathe Toyota is open Sunday.